Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the patch 12.9 patch notes. 12.9 is dropping tomorrow morning at the time of the making of this video. I'm making this at night, the day of the announcement that BSG is wiping and patching tomorrow, a day later. It's absolutely crazy. Everybody is freaking out right now, but we have to remain calm and talk about these patch notes because I need to explain a couple of things to you guys that might blow your mind. Let's get into it. So the official post here on escapefromtarkov.com, I'm going to read it to you. Escapers, here are the patch notes for update 12.9 planned for tomorrow, December 24th. There will be a wipe tomorrow at 11 a.m. Moscow time. I'll save you the trouble. That is 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm in Texas. That is my time zone. The update is going to take about 4 hours. So think 6 a.m. minimum is when it will be ready to play, but can be extended if necessary. Very well could be extended. It's not unlikely to see something like this take longer if complications arise. All right, added and changed. Woods expansion. So right off the bat, we get to finally experience the new woods. It's twice as big as the old woods, and it's not just new area. The existing areas we have currently got reworked. So it's going to be a whole new adventure. Woods being one of the weaker maps that Tarkov has to offer. I'm really excited to see this one get reworked and expanded. I know I made a video in the past saying that I wasn't very excited for the woods expansion. I wish we could just work on other maps. You know what? Forget all that. Woods is here. Let's enjoy it. Let's be glad that it is improving, hopefully improving anyway. Next, we have reworked PMC initial gear sets. I think this is referring to the few items you get whenever you start the game, depending on the edition that you buy. I wouldn't read too far into this. I don't know what we're going to get, but to be honest with you, the stuff we get now is kind of bad. So maybe we get better items to start out with. We will see. Added customization of head and voice when creating character. For now, it's only 2 new heads for each faction added. You can't change head and voice after the character is created. You will be able to do it only after a profile reset or wipe. So Bear and USEC both going to get 2 different head options for customizing your character's head and 2 voice options as well. Wait, added customization of head and voice. Okay, so I'm thinking like an MMO where you have like this slider that changes like the pitch of your voice and you know, crazy stuff like that. I don't know how it's actually going to be, but I'm curious now because I didn't think about that. The ability to customize your voice, because they have voice actors that they record in the studio doing these voices, so I don't know how exactly that works. Added skill immunity. I think this has gone completely over everybody's head, and I think I'm the first and possibly only one to figure this out. I even just tweeted about it. Shameless plug. Follow me on Twitter. I think this has to do with cultists. Let me explain. Immunity. What are we immune from? Bullets? No, that's ridiculous. Toxic waste? Radiation? Okay, that's not in the game, no. But think toxic. Poison. Okay, the poison that they referenced was going to be on the blades of the cultists. Long ago, when they first talked about the cultists, they said they would melee you, particularly at night. They tried to sneak up on you and melee you, and they would have poison-tipped blades. I don't have the clip here, but I believe word for word, that is what they said. So maybe this is the beginning of the cultists being added into the game, the immunity being the resistance to the poison that's on those blades. So you may have heard it here first. Keep an eye out for that. Remember these words, please. Reworked metabolism. You know, can't wait to see what they do with that. Hopefully it's a little bit more interesting. Not really any real reason to eat and drink everything you find now. Could be reworked and improved for sure. Reduce the volume of steps and interaction with vegetation. Funny wording, but I believe they just mean when you rustle bushes and step on, foliage and whatnot, it'll be quieter. I don't think there's anything wrong with the way it is now, except I know I can definitely hear people really far away whenever they do rustle bushes. I think it's more of a, you shouldn't rustle them. You should be aware that they're dangerous to run through and they do make sound. It's, use at your own risk, but okay, we'll reduce the volume. That's that. Added chance to cause bleedings to the ammunition. Now some ammo can cause heavy or light bleeding more often than other rounds. So maybe this makes flesh ammo more viable. The rip rounds, the stuff that does heavy flesh damage, hopefully can also cause massive bleeds and just make it that much more effective and really combat the penetration ammo that is currently such meta right now. Now some face shields and glasses will reduce the time of blindness effect from flashbang rounds and grenades. That's actually really sick. Face shields are not very meta currently. They're really not worth using. They don't stop many rounds. They'll occasionally do something. The fact that they can now reduce the time of blindness, and also glasses, which I'm totally cool with. It makes a lot of sense. The only issue I have with glasses is currently, and this is still a problem, I don't know if they're going to fix it in this patch, at a distance and at night, your glasses, the black sunglasses, will glow black. I can't explain how that works, but I have seen people across map because I see the eyes glowing because they're wearing sunglasses. So hopefully that gets fixed. And then this is a really cool change to help fight the flashbang shotgun. Players will be receiving letters with a supply package for the first 7 days of playing. Not sure what that's all about. Seems cool. Added all button in the purchasing menu when buying from dealers via flea market. Now you can select all items with a single click. So instead of typing, yes, I want 5 hemos or 5 of this item, 5 of this item, now you can just hit all, click buy. Quality of life, it's nice. Filters in the W list tab are now modified separately and do not affect other flea market tabs. Cool. Enter button now confirms the action in most dialog windows. Cool. Slot highlighting when dragging items in your inventory can now be turned off. I know a lot of people had issues with this. I didn't find it that annoying. They're referring to when you drag an item, it highlights the container it can go in your inventory in yellow. I thought it was helpful. I'm maybe just low IQ. I'm not sure, but you have the option to turn that off now. Equipped armbands are now unlootable and can't be lost upon death. Yes, because we had such a problem with the little Jimmies losing their armbands. Well, you know what? It's cool. I'll probably wear an armband just for the memes, but you can't lose them now. So it's like your secure container. It's just as important, which is kind of funny, but hey, that's cool. The letter with the reward for the exit in cooperation with the scav will now come with a slight delay. So if you take one of the extracts where you have to have a scav and PMC working together to get out, the reward you get from that, because Fence does send you a reward in the mail, is a little delayed. I don't know what the big hubbub is about, but that is that. Containers will apply restriction filters to mods installed on the transported object. Putting a mount with the thermal sight installed on it into a secure container is no longer allowed. This is the thing people have been cheesing this whole wipe, past couple wipes. You cannot put Reap IRs and Fleers thermal sights in your secure container, but you could mount them on a mount and then put the mount in the container. So it was a way to get around that. You can't do that. You probably weren't doing it, but now you definitely can't do it. New equipment and clothing has added PMC tops and bottoms, body armor, rigs, smoke balaclava, smoke the streamer, and tops for the scavs. So more clothing options. That's really cool. Love to see that. Change the characteristics of a large number of weapon mods. I believe they mean like stats. Very curious to see how many of my YouTube videos are now obsolete. Can't wait to find that out. Simplified the Jaeger quests. If I recall, these have been simplified before, so now they've just been further dumbed down. You know, it just goes to show that even in this hardcore game that is arguably the most difficult on the internet, of most difficult game ever, people still don't want to deal with some of the BS that you have to deal with, especially when it comes to Jaeger tasking, which is notoriously BS. Updated some quests, changed execution conditions, starting conditions, rewards. Quests got a rework. It's another reason why I didn't want to do any quest guides right now. I wanted to wait until the wipe hit. I don't know what's going to change, but it's finally time the quests got reworked again. They do, you know, get a little changed up every wipe here and there. Hopefully they get a massive rework, but you know, time will tell. Reduce bonus of recoil reduction from the recoil control skill and weapons related practical skills. This is kind of an eye roll for me. Basically, leveling up your recoil reduction skill and your weapon skill doesn't reduce recoil as much as it did. So really what this means is everybody's going to have more recoil now, and there's just nothing we can do about it. It's just overall stat wise, everything's going to have more recoil. It could be cool. I imagine some things are still going to be really laser beamy, so in the end it really doesn't matter, but we'll see. You know, let's hope that this is good for the game. I don't want it to be bad for the game. Now, character overweight starts at 35 kg, used to be 40, so we can carry less weight before we start to get slow and out of stamina, stuff like that. So another weight nerf. I'm not thrilled. We're gonna push through it and we're gonna get over it because we're just gonna get over it. Increased purchase limits for some ammo from dealers. Awesome. I am always complaining that I cannot buy the ammo that I'm looking for because it sells out constantly. So hopefully now I'll have to shop less because I can buy more every time I do find the ammo. New weapons and ammunition. Crisp Vector SMG in both 9mm and 45. SIG MCX assault rifle and 300 blackout. I'm not a gun guy. I don't really know what any of these things mean. This to me just sounds sick. I don't know what it is. I can't wait to find out. UMP SMG in 45. MK18 Mod 1. Mjolnir DMR in 338 LM. .300 BLK, 338 Lapua Magnum ammunition, various new weapon mods. So a couple of cool new guns coming into the game. I know everybody who knows what these things are very excited. So clearly they're good weapons. I've used a Vector before, but like I said, all this stuff down here, minus a UMP, I have no idea what it means. AI, fix bots hanging behind stationary weapons. Fix the bug where killer could not hear enemies approaching from behind. Keck W, sound is so broken, the AI can't even hear you coming up. Just kidding. I don't think the sound's that broken, but still kind of funny. Other various bot fixes fixes and optimizations. Cool. Optimization. Animation optimizations for interfaces. Optimizations of sound in RAM. Server optimizations. Fixed. Aiming a GL40 with reflex sights. Might know what they're talking about. Just earlier today, actually, I had my red dot sight disappear when I was using the GL. Not a huge deal, but cool. It got fixed. So when you do use one, it'll be better off. Position of the character's body when blind firing was not reset after opening the inventory. I've had this accidentally happen to me. Not a huge deal, but it got fixed. Blinding was imposed even if the player used a thermal imager. This is what I don't understand. I'm not sure if they're referring to the IR sight that people stick on their guns, that weak little red circle that people shoot out of their attachment. I'm not sure if that is supposed to be doing something, because I know it is technically supposed to be doing something. I think it has to do with night vision, so this is probably not it. Or if they're talking about like if looking through a FLIR or Reap IR and you still got blinded, because apparently you're not supposed to. I'm not sure. Maybe someone comment down below. If they know what this means, let us know, because I don't know. Stationary machine gun was removed from its mount if the player used it while in the blind firing position. Sounds fun as heck. Never got to see it in person, unfortunately. It was possible to use the tops and bottoms of the opposite faction. No idea how that happened. Nickname could not be changed if the new nickname was 15 characters long. The range value of the sight did not change immediately after alignment if the weapon had 2 sights on it. A duplicate weapon could hang behind the player's back for a few seconds after changing weapons. Some pants had the equipped gun hanging outside the holster during the fitting on the Ragman service screen. The observer did not see the player checking the fire mode on his weapon. Weapon presets. It was impossible to delete the overwritten preset. Wrong mods were installed on the weapon if the build was initiated during a save process. And here we have a section that is not titled, but it seems to be more fixes. Failed to redeem all items in the lot if the player attempted to purchase items over the limit. I think this is referring to the flea market, in which, say someone had 90 bullets of Igolnik ammo, you wanted to buy 90. Someone had just bought 6, so it says, sorry, they only have 84. And in your head, you're thinking, well, give me the 84. And by the time you type that in, sorry, everything is sold out. So I think that it's a quality of life change. So if you try and buy 90, the guy you're buying from only has 80, it'll go ahead and buy the 80 instead of telling you, sorry, he only has 80. You want to try again? Failed to interact with the inventory in a raid if the player had previously disassembled the weapon via the context menu. When reactivating the exit with the hermetic door at the location reserved, the siren stopped working earlier than it should have. The sensitivity while aiming down sights changed when putting and removing sights from the weapon. A character was performing a light grenade throw only by double pressing RMB. If you bind a grenade, pull it out with the keybind, press right mouse button, and then right mouse button again, you underhand the grenade. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know what the bug or problem here is. I don't know if we were supposed to be able to do it a different way. I don't know. Let's find out. We'll see. Uninformative message about the lack of space in the stash when transferring items from the letter on receive all. The found in raid status for the weapon would not update if you would put non-found in raid weapon mod on the gun. Incorrect information about the level of mastering in the weapon inspector. The price of one item decreased by 1 ruble if a player bought several of the same items from a dealer. The azimuth was missing if a player opened the pause menu with the compass in his hand. The camera could go through the body of another player. I, no joke, just saw a clip of this happening yesterday after never having seen it throughout the entirety of me playing this game. Missing messages in group chat, various server errors, various minor fixes, various localization fixes, various location fixes. And we're done. Guys, that is a patch 12.9 run through, rundown, lots of exciting stuff, new woods expansion, new guns, and the beginning of more character customization, plus a whole lot more quality of life changes and stuff like that. I appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I hope that it was helpful to you. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and do know that I stream on Twitch all the time, so if you guys have any questions or want to talk to me live or hang out with the community, come hang out with us over there. We would love to meet you and love to help you out if you have questions. That's it for this one. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next one.